The first week of BB27 is almost over, but still there is nothing solid yet and things are still changing day by day. We have some new alliances still being formed, but also some brand new enemies are being made as well. In fact, just last night we had what I'd consider to be our first argument of the season, probably by two of the worst fighters in that house. Now, before I dive into all of that, of course, I'm going to ask if you would please hit the subscribe button below if you have not already. Trust me, if you are someone who typically only relies on the TV show for your Big Brother coverage, then you are really missing out. The TV edit only has time to show so much, so a lot of the times the good, juicy drama and news just kind of gets cast to the side. That's why I'm here to make sure you all get all the important news, and I even include clips from the live feeds so that you can watch the action unfold yourself. So if you're someone who is looking for a deeper dive into the show, please make sure you are subscribed below. And now let's get started. So when we last left off, Kelley had been put on the block as a replacement nominee. And since the nominations were locked in for the week, this is where people are going to start to scramble a lot and try to secure votes and make new alliances to secure their spot for the next upcoming week too. We have been seeing a decent number of people clamoring to keep Amy in the house and a few people pushing to keep Zay as well. For a second there, it was actually kind of starting to look like more of a battle of the sexes thing, where most of the guys wanted to keep Zay, whereas most of the women wanted to keep Amy. But hey, everyone could at least agree on one thing. Nobody was really going to bat for Kelley like that, unfortunately. So first, we're going to see some of the boys gather up and sort of rally around Zay to form this Burger Boy alliance. And yes, I am so serious. Now, I'm not sure how serious or solid this alliance really is, and honestly, I could see this whole thing dismantling if Zay is the one to leave this week. They don't really meet up as a group too often, but it is at least helping Zay with the votes. Speaking of Zay, he has been campaigning for himself really hard the past couple days, so I'm at least going to give him credit for that. Now, I am going to take away some of his credit later on. I'll get to that later. But for now, yeah, he really has probably been the one that has been campaigning for himself the most in this house. His main pitch has been to take down Rachel, and also he is vowing to go against anybody who votes against him in the game. But even though he has been doing all of this good work, there's also been a decent pushback against him. So right now, I could only maybe kind of sort of possibly see him staying if he's up against Kelley. Now, speaking of Kelley, she has been doing some campaigning too, but definitely not as hard and definitely way too late. It took her a while to start meeting with people, to the point where some people were just assuming that she didn't even want or need their vote at all. So yeah, it's just a lot of rookie stuff there. Like I said, Amy has most of the ladies on her side, but not all of them. But of course, the most notable one is one Miss Rachel Rylie. Now, the negative part is, if anything, her closeness with Rachel is what's starting to hurt her and cost her votes. Because Rachel has, you know, this reputation, because she's won before, a lot of people are a little bit scared of her in the game, even though she's not like a super strong strategist. But regardless, there is a group of people who are trying to weaken Rachel as much as they can. So really, a vote against Amy is considered a vote against Rachel. But even with that being the case, it seems like she does have most of the women on her side and a couple of the guys too, for this vote at least. So that's just where the three nominees kind of stand right now. Meanwhile, in the house, there have been just different groups and pockets of larger alliances trying to form, but none of them are really solidified yet. Jimmy has been trying to start a majority alliance of his own. Originally, I think he had imagined it being 10 people, but now it's down to 8.
Me, Will, Vinny, you three, Amy, Rachel, and then potentially, and I guess this is a lot of fucking people, but like potentially like Katherine and Lauren. And at that point, we control the house. I know.
It seems like he's mainly trying to work with Morgan and Mickey a lot, even though he pushed these ladies away a little bit just with his talking and behavior the past week. I do also want to stop and give a quick shout out to Mickey, because she is in a very solid spot right now and she's playing a pretty good game. She also has been pushing really, really hard this week to create a majority alliance in her own image, working with people like Morgan, Will, Ashley, etc. Again, nothing too solid or or official or anything like that yet, but I do appreciate the work that she's putting in. Another large alliance that has just formed seemingly out of nowhere is called the Bond. This one is interesting because it has more of the outcasts. It has Ava, Vince, Will, Lauren, Adrian, and Zach.
We are...
It's funny.
We are the Bond.
The Bond.
James Bond.
Now, this is a brand new baby alliance. It was made just a few hours ago before this recording. So it hasn't 100% solidified. If anything, most of these alliances now seem to be more like trust clusters, if I can borrow a word from Survivor. Like they're more like little temporary groups that were made for this upcoming vote specifically. So overall, this game is a mess right now. The votes are spread everywhere, but overall, it feels like Amy is the safest going into this first vote, followed by Zay and followed by Kelley. But again, everybody just has their different preferences depending on who's going to win this battle back, so who really knows? Meanwhile, let's get into some showmance news, shall we? So I've mentioned before that there is this budding flirtmance going on between Lauren and Zach. Zach really likes her, y'all, like really. But Lauren is just swearing up and down that she doesn't want any part of it. She wants to focus on her game and not be involved in a showmance whatsoever.
Yesterday, we were like, me and Zach were just like literally brushing our teeth in the bathroom, and Ashley came in and she was like, "Oh, I'll leave you two alone," and like that. And I was like, "Don't know, like please don't do that." Like, I really don't like that at all.
Which, respect. But now things are starting to get messy, and this is slowly turning into a low-key love triangle with Morgan. Okay, love triangle is probably a strong word this early on, but it's giving that Morgan low-key has a crush on Zach, but Zach clearly has eyes for Lauren.
He thought that he's supposed to showmance with her too. Yeah, but like Zach obviously likes you more. I don't know if it's obvious that he does. I mean, I catch him looking at me all the time, but I'm like, I think he likes you more. I think he just thinks that he's supposed to be with her. Yeah. Here's the thing. I was talking to him the other day, and I was like, well, what about Morgan? And like him as a showmance, and he's like, I think Morgan's gorgeous.
Now, right now, this is all very elementary and cutesy, but who knows? Maybe down the line, this could end up affecting the game some way, somehow. So nothing too crazy, but just something I'm going to keep my eye on. And in other news, this feels like so random to me, but apparently there is yet another showmance in the game that we have to keep our eyes on by two of the most random people I never would have expected to get together, Kat and Rylie. Now, these two are both very low-key as game players, especially Rylie. He's the type to say stuff like, "Ooh, I don't care about this game. I don't care about the $750,000. I don't care about winning any competitions." And now he's sitting up there telling this girl that he just met last week that his main goal in the game is now to keep her safe.
Do whatever the fuck you want. Fucking go crazy, but just know you're not going anywhere without a fight from me. You know, if you're ever on the block, I'll fucking win veto and I'll pull you off in front of God and everybody. And if they want me out of the house because I'm doing that, then let them kick me the fuck out.
And he's even saying that he wants her to win and everything. Like, he is really simping hard, y'all.
But if I can take you all the way to the end and watch you fucking walk out there and win this motherfucker, that's what I want. I promise you, I will fucking take second any day of the week with you.
Now, I don't think Kat feels this strongly towards Rylie at all, so this was giving a lot of y'all the ick, and a lot of y'all were comparing him to Beast Mode Cowboy Caleb. It's random, it's weird. I have no words for this behavior. But I will say, how lucky is this for Kat, right? I mean, not even 8 days in, and she has men willing to just like lay on the sword and give up their whole game for her. I love me a femme fatale, so I can't be too mad at it. So that was going to be all I had today until late last night, pretty much out of nowhere, we get what I would consider to be our first official fight of the season. OG Rachel Rylie is so back, y'all, and I'm talking about the loud, argumentative Rachel. And her first victim of the season is none other than Zay. Now, I believe all of this started because Rachel is trying to get Zay out this week, which is true. And because of that, of course, Zay has been targeting Rachel as well as anyone else who decides to evict him. Now, they both have very reasonable and fair reasons for coming after each other now, but obviously neither of them like that, so now it's up. Keanu is stuck in the middle of all of this too. He's kind of been the liaison between the two of them. So later on, Rachel goes to confront Zay about all of this, and it's just all downhill from there.
Because I didn't say I would put you up. I didn't say I was gunning for you. I said you were in a pool of people, and the odds are decent that I would put you up. Okay. But doesn't that make sense?
I'd be careful coming to the queen. You will get beheaded.
Is that not good gameplay?
This eventually turns heated, but like in the funniest way, because if we're being honest, neither of them are good at arguing at all.
Because guess what? As long as I'm in this house, there's no chance you win twice in a row. Or not in a row, but there's no way you win two seasons of Big Brother.
You want to act like a child and try to come for me? I hope that you can back up what you're doing.
And also, if you're going to come for me, wait till I'm in a gown.
Neither of them are witty, and they both suck at coming up with shady comebacks. Rachel is kind of slow with it, and Zay just doesn't have enough venom in his words for me.
What misinformation did I spread? I didn't spread any misinformation.
Then why were you so upset out there?
You were like legit. I can't. You want to have a conversation, or do you want to make a spectacle in front of the house like a child?
I didn't even try and make a spectacle. I tried to approach you one-on-one, talk quietly. You're the one that started talking as you were coming down the stairs.
I don't know. If you ask me, neither of them won the fight. Now, this looks really bad for Zay to be starting shit with Rachel while he's still on the block, even though it's not like he was ever going to get her vote in the first place. But still, people don't really draw lines in the sand this early in the game, so we're just going to have to see what happens with that BB blockbuster. So that is all I have for today. It has been such a crazy week one. So much to keep up with. So much is constantly changing. I definitely learned a lot though, and I feel like this week did a good job of showcasing the people who really don't have a chance in this game. Sorry. People like Keanu, Kelley, Rylie, I officially have no faith. I'm sorry. Actually, I damn near want to throw Vince in that list too. And on the other hand, people that are really impressing me with their game are people like Mickey, Zach, and even Adrian. They're all stable, solid, and at least somewhat social, so I'm definitely going to be watching their games a little bit closely from now on too. But of course, I want to know, what did you all think of this first week, and who do you think is doing the best/worst? Let me know in the comments below. I'm just excited for a fresh week to start. There's not really anybody that I'm like excited to see win in general, because I feel like no matter what happens, it's gonna be dramatic and it's gonna be chaos, and that's what we're here for, right? Team Fun Feeds. Of course, I'll be back here to update y'all once we have our first eviction and second HOH, but until then, bye.